It's a banging best of 3. And I'm so glad we're strapped in together for it, Vince. It's like a Hell in a Cell matchup. Let's see who's going to be withstanding the killing blow here in the pistol. Big Guzera. Oh, the first one's nice. The second one's naughty. Straight on the Christmas list there for Icy. And it's Axile and Inters that remain alive. This is a horrific pistol for Cloud9.
Yeah, it just got out of control so quickly outside as well, bypassing the smoke. Big Guzera with a beautiful couple of taps. And now there's not that many options available. They're going to try and run it down ramp, but you can see a rotation has came through from paiN already to deal with this. Big Guzera nails in his 3rd kill of the round, and it is as clean as you like. Hyped up, and why the hell not, Jackie? That was beautiful. MP9 is getting aggressive, though. It wants to be hitting in on the lobby crunch. If the call comes through, Koaz will start to make a move. A player that has definitely quietened and cooled off a little bit since the major cycle, but back in the RMRs, he was another one that we were looking at, posting up some big numbers. NQZ, of course, for those of you that are unaware, is going to be donning the AWP whenever possible. But right now, with that A1S surgical precision, removing the head of Icy and standing in angle, missing a whole bunch of bullets, and does get punished. The Glocks have prevailed for 1, and considering that Koaz is down at 5 HP, this could get costly.
You don't want to throw away those weapons. You've got to stay alive, really. It's up to the rest of the squad to deal with damage. Problem is, Vince, Heavy God on the Glock actually causes problems. Uh-oh. Now we're in a bit of a risky predicament, aren't we? 2 players left alive, one of them with only 5 health. Axile spotting them on the run out. He could batter both of them right here and now. Luckily, it's Lux that makes the difference, but on the drop down, his legs have buckled underneath him. Gravity comes into effect, and it's all on the 1v1.
How many times are we gonna have this? Oh, Axile, slightly worse for on the positioning, but he's made noise. Lux has given his position away now and has to rush this one down. He has no kit, has no utility, but will get the kill. Will just about hold on and secure the clutch.
Potentially a backstab that could have reverberations in the round as well. If you can find NQZ on a backstab here, towards the secret stairs. Yeah, this one should be free. There's the headshot. Shuts the man down. Gives him a little bit of room to breathe. Ooh, even spotting out the second back towards the vents. Lux has a bite taken out of him. Maybe a little bit more to be done as well, Vince. He's getting the cavalry down towards the B site, but he's even smoked off the position for Koaz, and it's just gone wrong. I mean, a 2 versus 5 into the round with complete control of B. This is a guaranteed first round on the board for C9.
And if we were a bit concerned about Cloud9's nuke, because we really haven't seen much of it, well, that's definitely going to build the confidence somewhat. It was a map, going back to the RMRs, you know, we were discussing Icy before. As you can see there, Axile collects the reward, and NQZ probably got a bit of a jump scare from that one. But this was a map that Icy was very good on when he was playing for Amcal. We saw him time after time. He used to occupy ramp with the AWP, and he was just locking it down by himself. I've got to say as well, I don't really ever get into personal things with players, but well done, Boomich, mate. Like, it's an inspiration to see how much he's managed to get himself healthier. Really is awesome to watch and witness. I'm sure a lot of people out there are taking inspiration from him. Big Guzera in the meanwhile, though, does get forced away from the angle, leaving NQZ all alone. A 1-for-1. It is going to leave Big Guzera in a really awkward spot now with the scout. He can't really afford to push in. There's a slight gap in the smoke that he might be able to exploit, but no. It's Axile that just goes in for the peak, ruthless with his endeavors, and the rest of paiN are being completely stripped away. Nothing that Snow can feasibly do other than maybe save the AK, but he is going to take a punt at this. He's not sure of the angles, though, and now I think he's realized, yeah, let's just save the AK instead. Let's not give my life away. It will be 2-2.
So paiN take the pistol in the following round. Since then, it's been a lot better for C9. Icy had the rotate inside of main, just on the edge of the door now. Snow, he's going to be pushed from 2 angles at once. They can guarantee the trade. Ooh, bit of a delay on the fight, actually. They might have given him a way to win both of these, Vince. Bomb damage is still going to tickle over, though, with how low he is. And he's gone. put a lot of pressure on, deal some chip damage to open it up, even smoking off the classic angles outside and giving them room to walk up. And we talk about the AWPs for the CT side, Vince. Icy finally gets an opportunity to whip one out on T.
Exactly, just powering up on Cloud9 just as time goes on, but Heavy God caught by Snow. Gonna try and make the most of this one. Icy gets his pick. BLAST tries to wrap around the side of the garage. And although Koaz may be locking down ramp for the time being, it's outside into secret that's the problem.
35 seconds on the clock, so time slipping away bit by bit for Cloud9. They've got to clear this and hit the shot pretty damn quickly. If Lux gets away with murder, problems could arrive. Throw the AWP, grab the AK, the rifle down in the dirt, enters with the trade, but surely it's too little, too late. 17 seconds in a 1 versus 3. You've got to give up the goose on it. Hold on to the scope and let the round tick on over. So paiN, with 3 players surviving, will get themselves a third and equalize early.
Counter-terrorists win.
So AWP will be afforded into the next round. And Icy did have some impact. It was BLAST that he caught outside. It's shaping up to be that super close game that we're anticipating. How's Heavy God already lost 61 HP? Was he right-clicked at spawn?
Has he been shanked up? Not ideal, but... Main man Heavy God. Can't be doing him like that. Maybe it's just a love tap. Let's see if it powers him up in a round. NQZ here at the shooting gallery. He's down at the carnival, Vince, and he's winning himself a big fluffy teddy bear. That's 1 point. Needs 3 for the big prize. Let's see if he can get it.
There's not that many targets left for him to cash out. Oh no, Icy wants it for himself. Can't pick the tokens up from NQZ's corpse just yet, though. Out in no man's land. Can't afford to get across there. Off angle downstairs just outside of lockers, and it's Koaz that will strike once again. And it's the weakened Heavy God alongside a weakened Inters that have to try and bypass a 3-on-2 with 45 seconds left. The silver lining is they do have control over the bomb, but Lux is pushed into lobby. Oh, this is a huge position.
Tripwires set up all over the map effectively. Now he's low, but even if he does damage, that could be enough. You're going to get the read on the round with how little time there is, Vince. That's the real problematic aspect. Heavy God's got to hit the 1-tap and stay alive. Walks into the crosshair, buckles, enters trades. 18 seconds left to find the 2K, and it's not possible. Big Guzera withstands round towards Squeaky.
This push, it's a double stack as well. They've got NQZ behind Koaz. They've given up outside control, not for the first time. Bypassing that, double peek in, and Inters misses his chance. The trade's looking sharp on the side of paiN. They have dropped the bomb out in the open. That could be a tentative prospect to go and pick it back up again. BLAST with the easiest of picks, catching Boomich completely unaware.
It looked like they were coming into it a little bit slow as well in the player cams. You could see them sort of waking up into the game here. The longer it's gone on, it feels like they've really switched in and dialed into the action pretty damn quickly. Let's see if he's got it in him. I mean, the head-to-head on the AWPs, again, is probably going to be the real talk of the round. He's trying to clear back towards the ramp early on, but NQZ's been switching it up in terms of his positioning with the AWP. Doesn't want to get red that easily and keep it static. Now, with the Glocks jumping around the corner, yeah, you can flick the crosshair off. It's going to drag him out of position. He tried to make the heads-up play of backing off and staying alive, but they shut him down. 2 weapons to work with now as they've got both AWPs and that AK on Heavy God, actually. So a bit of firepower there for him, Vince. Could be a problematic round. Lux looking for the push straight through Decon. Finds Boomich on the fadeaway, but bomb planted.
Yeah, and Boomich isn't one of the players that had any of the rifles either, but gonna go straight for the defuse. Someone needs to nail this one. Lux with the defuse under the nose, but it gets denied by Exile. They try desperately to just go for the full ninja. But there was no stealth applied, and the spray from BLAST is rough. Cloud9 keep 4 players alive and just rush straight down ramp for the success.
And at that point, they've actually been able to establish some firepower. They're getting to good post plants. Heads up play through the door was good to take down Boomich, but even finding that frag didn't give you any control of the bomb site. Outnumbered and outgunned on the response. The retake slips away. Better firepower to play with again then. Big Guzera looking towards Silo. His teammate covering in his back and doing all the work. Good moves. 2 snapshots from the bolt action, punishing both Inters and Boomich. And only 3 Ts remain alive. So Cloud9, pressure back on, Vince. It's another one of these rounds that is not going to be easy for them.
It's kind of interesting that when Cloud9 have kind of thrown caution to the wind in these half buys, these kind of rough economic rounds, they get success. When they play with full confidence, there's no pressure on them. But when they slow down the pace, they are getting picked apart by paiN. Could be a lesson in that one for Cloud9 come this last half, or last round of the half, pardon me. Koaz in the meanwhile, though, playing a dangerous game of cat and mouse. Oh, and this mouse shows its fangs and plunges them deep into Koaz. That's going to open up business through ramp. It allows the Ts now to try and divide and conquer the CTs outside, who have repelled away quickly. Now, time is a problem. 35 seconds to play with. Axel wants to shut down Garage and give safe passageway to Heavy God and his teammates, and the spray is good. He sticks to landing, and now that should activate Heavy God to be able to rotate through on A main side and get involved. But they need to hit this 2-pronged attack immediately because time is running scarce. Flashbang out, Axel in for the peak, tries to spray, gets information. With Big Azero and Lux both exceptionally low, they need to try and finish this one off. Snow hiding in the off angle is going to try and catch them unaware, and he has done his job as Big Azero strikes from above. It was so close, Axel having tons of impact, but not quite enough.
Potentially there was a chance at that point, but it's so scrappy. Yeah, it gets guns out the hands of paiN, but that doesn't really matter when you look at where we are now. We're going into the last round of the half, and Snow has already shut down the point man, Axile, the mouse with a gun from the previous round.
And now Cloud9 again eating a lot of the clock. Down to 40 seconds. Yes, they've got 4 players, but they've got no control over the map, and they still need to bypass into a full heavy outfit, full health on paiN. Another smoke and HE tossed in, locking down Squeaky, and they're just being picked apart.
NQZ with a backstab. Heavy God buckles. Lux looking to light him up, and that's the way it goes. 8 rounds for paiN. Anything but painful here on Nuke. Let's see if they can keep it up after the break.
That is the concern for me, and I'm sure it is for them too, as they hop live. They've only played this map a grand total of 0 times in the last 3 months, so we didn't really know what to expect. But Heavy God putting that USP to use as a second kill splatters Snow, and Boomich is there to try and pick up what's remaining of the straggling Ts. Now the cavalry has arrived with Axile, who had a really sharp first half. And Koaz and Lux can do little but traipse over the corpses of their teammates and try and make amends, but they are somewhat isolated now. Lux deciding to watch for the flank, but Icy is so diligent, so passive in this angle, knowing he doesn't need to give anything away for free. He's found the information, but more importantly, he's found the headshot and the bomb spills down. 1v4 clutch for Koaz on the cards. I'm not liking his chances.
If you don't like him, I think he absolutely hates them. A rough spot to be in, Bray. Round towards the vending machines. Best bet, probably grab yourself a drink and wait for this to blow over. 1 versus 4. All the angles covered. As soon as they sniff him out, they can all swing together, bundle on him, and he's over. There you go. Boomich connects the shot in the end. Obviously, nothing really to complain about either with the way those rounds have gone. You keep a pretty healthy bonus round going into this one, so you should be able to farm up a bit more money. Whereas for paiN, this is your debut round. You've got the AKs now. Oh, Big Guzera. He is the big man on the server, isn't he, Vince? Always finds large impact in these rounds. It's crazy how much he can get done single-handedly. Like, that's a nice opening frag. You've taken down Icy. You put yourself in a 5v4 within the first few seconds. You burn the utility that he had on him as well. That's just dropped cold on the ground now. Axel replies. Does actually catch the back of NQZ, and you've lost Lux as well, Vince. So the good times have stopped.
Big Azera's managed to snake his way around the back, though. And he's found the timing as well, where the player that was in lockers is backed off. So Big Azera, he could still have impact yet in this round. He's still fully healthy, has a Molotov alongside him, but he needs his teammates to survive. This flank's going to mean nothing if there's no one to play off, and Snow goes down after the 1 kill. Oh, Big Azera. The bomb's down in lobby as well. It's just got to be so frustrating, Jackie. He did everything he could. Such a smart round from his individual perspective, but they're also watching the angle. And although he's got his kill, he's nailed down to 15 HP, and now both remaining CTs know exactly where he is.
And that's kind of the big devil in the details, isn't it? If he wins that duel without taking any more damage and kind of keeps it clean on the fight, you probably have enough health to make something out of this round. But, I mean, this is going to be really uncomfortable. He wants to try and posture for it at least. He's going for the walkout. booMich has got the off angle. He's going to see the feet first. With him being so low, no real time to react on it. Instant pickup. He's shut down.
Another rifle round. Lacking an AWP for NQZ. Has had a bit of a slow start to this game. And grenades being exchanged. The classic wall built outside, going to get knocked down by the sledgehammer of booMich's nade, but that's only briefly. But Koaz has managed to make a move. Down in the vents, Inter seems to know this is a possibility though, and he's on the hunt, he's on the prowl, and he finds his prey.
Kind of crazy how this second half is playing out ridiculously similar to what we saw in the first half, just with the names flipped, even with the flanks we're seeing down towards the vent. But difference is Cloud9, they expect it, and they actually shut that one down. Inter's doing his best die-hard impression. He knows what a TV dinner feels like, Vince, but they want to take a bite out of him. Big Guzera's got the front covered, the Molotov forcing him to peek it as well. It's going to get dangerously hot in there, like a sauna as he goes up in flames. Axel on the ladder, looking for the reply back. Timing on that could have been so scary as well. You had the peek round through the actual main. Would have got a spot on him from lobby. Not sure if he quite saw the back of him. Two players inside of the vents. It's going to be an upper burst in a few seconds' time. They've got nades to work with. They get the angle onto Axar, but do they know about Heavy God? The Molotov certainly will find him. Heavy God, not strong enough to backhand them on the swing. Only shuts down one, and Icy is melting in a round like this.
To join Heavy God, who just got barbecued there on the vents. Very unfortunate. You said, do they know he's here? But they did their due diligence. They had a Molotov in surplus. As you said, it's a game of two halves, but each half has the capabilities of splitting right down the middle as well, Jackie. Many times we've seen a team come back into a matchup only to let it slip and slide when the finish line was tantalizingly close, and we have quite a bit of time before then and now, and quite a few rounds on top of it. I feel like in terms of attitude, and I mean this in the best possible way, NQZ strikes me as that kind of guy. Like, you know, he's kind of out there. He's a bit more of a maverick sort of player. So maybe NQZ is in for a shout as well.
I mean, maybe, dude. We'll see. If he gets the Mac 10s and straps them to his back, there's potential. Well, here he is. Icy dies easy outside. Yeah, this could get a little bit messy, Vince.
Need to make sure they don't trip over each other as well, because you're in that kind of firing squad where quickly 3 players can become 0. A thing of the past. A relic. And Quaz may get 1, but he is traded out. However, that is going to favor the T's, not just the 1-for-1 trade, but also the information that at worst case scenario, there's 2 players watching this site, and now booMich is making moves downstairs, spots the player, but Snow, the young gun, the 17-year-old Brazilian, nails him with the headshot. Eradicates him off the server, and that will be paiN dialing in the 10th round. Can't really justify this for Cloud9. Money in the toilet, and it's just got a whole lot worse as NQZ piles on the pressure and pain. On Cloud9, 10-8 scoreline and only 1 saved AK to speak of.
Yeah, this stings, bro. You felt like maybe you'd found a solution. You're getting back into the driving seat, and then you've hit a roadblock. Seatbelts ain't saving you on this one, Cloud9, as paiN are absolutely butchering them. Best case scenario, then Axel does at least find that frag on the save and can clutch onto the AK. So the Kalashnikov's brought over. That's not going to be ripped out of his hands. Whereas paiN, they're hitting him with that confidence, that aggression. And Inters is about to be tested once again. Ramp rush queued up. 4 players looking to hit him heavy. He's got the hot rod, but can he turn up the heat on the push? Here comes the first swing. Little bit of shoulder shown. Baits out the swing. Cowers hits the head, and Inters is left for dead. booMich. He sneaks back up. on the off angle, but the problem is there's a wolf in sheep's clothing, and his name is Big Guzera, Vince. He's got to make noise to get out of the control room, so it just depends when he wants to go for the play. Even if he opens the doors, there's an audio cue here.
Yeah, I think he's waiting until his teammates get pushed down on ramp first. And then as soon as they take point contact, he's going to burst out. In fact, he decides to wrap around onto the vents. He's going to try and stop the rotation coming down from the shortcut. But I don't think it's going to be forthcoming. I think, again, Cloud9 have to just look to save this.
It was all going pretty well for him until it wasn't. And I suppose that's kind of how it goes, really, isn't it? It's like a metaphor for life on this one, bro. It's just slapped him.
Cloud9 just haven't been able to withstand all this pressure. We've seen continual pushes downstairs via secret, vent dives as well. It always feels like Big Azera is downstairs behind them, and they just haven't had an answer to this.
When QZ gets the first, Heavy God's fire and flames are able to burn away one of them, but in seconds, Vince, the entire round goes up in a puff of smoke as paiN confirm it. Nuke is theirs, and the Brazilians take the first.
In the form of Big Azera, but as you say, Mirage is more of a familiar battleground and a bit of a home for Cloud9. paiN and no scrubs on this map, don't get me wrong, but I think Cloud9 will be the favorites to take us to that all-important third map. They're starting on the T side, though, and occupying with quite a bit of utility as well. 2 smokes and a flurry of flashbangs as they look to try and rush onto the site. This grenade has damage written all over it as it softens multiple targets, but it is going to be Inters that picks up the first. NQZ now springs into action, but Icy removes his head before Big Azera gets one. It's a beautiful shot, but there's too many T's to deal with. And now Koaz, great first map, is going to have to go above and beyond and have one of the plays of the entire tournament if he wants a chance at even getting close of this. He's going to try and wait for that bomb plant to come in, so he knows one of those players is busy, but he's missed his chance. He'll get punished, and Cloud9 take first blood on Mirage. Axel now waits out. Molotov tossed in. This is going to land on the balcony. This is going to force Lux out into the open and into the firing squad. That is Axile. And now they can try and close the noose up on Catwalk additionally. Snow had some real bright moments on Nuke, but he's been dulled down and put down to size. And yeah, Cloud9, they have managed to bypass all of the traps that were being put into place. Koaz may have tagged down onto Heavy God, and Boomich also low, but helping one another out and looking to traverse their way through this round without any casualties. They'll certainly be hoping so, Jackie, but he has been smoked out early on. They're going to pick up the pace. Cloud9 been pretty straightforward, pretty slow and steady, but now they want to get out into the open and take the fights. Oh, the timing for Koaz so brutal. He looks to his left-hand side, trying to defend his AWP of NQZ, and in doing so, deems his own life forfeit. Axel will capitalize on that one, and Heavy God up close. Likes to be an aggressive entry frag type style. Because there we go, not for the first time, bypassing the smoke, but Heavy God is there, bodyguarding the bomb plant. Snow keeps the dream alive, but Axel gonna melt him out with the AK. And Cloud9 maintain the player advantage in this post plant. Lux, though, takes it down into a 2-on-2. He's been tagged to 55. 2 separate angles of aggression that the CTs have to be weary of. And now NQZ pivots in, spins and gets the insta-frag onto Inters. Boomich baited out by the corpse on top of the staircase, and that allows them to just stick the defuse. Oh, he thinks this is a fake. He doesn't want to come out too prematurely, but in doing so, he's going to give this round across the full 10-second defuse. NQZ, ice in his veins, and sure he dies, but he gets the round anyway.
Incredibly costly, though. No freebies on that one. The taxman does collect, and they're forced to buy up weaker weaponry. Oh, even Heavy God punishing Big Guzera down towards the underpass.
Cloud9 looking to try and pincer in. They have Axel sneaking his way through an underpass. He wants to try and join in. Connect to the timing, though. Inter's caught with a molly out. He was trying to molly Shadow, and Koaz took the initiative. That's going to waste a lot more time. You can use that Molotov now against the oncoming T's. Snow stuck behind the site is still going to deliver. Oh, it's looking so good for paiN. They came back out of nowhere into this round, and Icy just has to save.
That's a wild sequence of events, Vince. The choreography of it. Oh, mate. All right, he survives in the end. It looked kind of weird there with a missed shot. Felt like he should have been punished, but Icy does withstand. So we'll get the AWP, but that's all you get. Nothing else. paiN take the round itself. Yeah, you can see how much that one's got to him. Desk slam there. Can't blame him, Vince. Can't blame him. 3-2. paiN back into the flow of things. Money to be used, though, for Cloud9. And at least they held on to that AWP, right? So Icy can bring it out again. 5 frags to his name. What does he get in this one?
I think his arrow keeps peeking around here. He might get both. He might get both. There's one. And the second he spots the first player, there's no stilts in Counter-Strike, no step ladder. They were kind of baited out as well. The player that was in Palace, I think it was Koaz that caught Inters off guard. They never anticipated Snow to be playing default position at that stage. They were so sure that the CTs would be clumped back in jungle, clumped back on CT boxes. So maybe something to look out for as we continue in the game. The Koaz going for that aggression. Heavy God now caught with a nade out. A flashbang tossed in, but there's absolutely nothing. And Koaz continues to just pluck away the tees. I'm loving this aggression, Jackie.
Channel the spirit of Big Kev and figure out what you really want to do rather than taking the time out itself, of course, when you actually get a buy. P250s towards top mid if they swing, maybe. Snow's been pretty sick, though. I feel like I do favor his chances to tap the heads. There's one. Sprays on the second. Easy picking so far. And that's it, Vince. Shooting gallery, spray down from Snow. Hits them with the flakes.
And you saw at Clone as well that he was getting hyped, man. Like he is, he's 17, full of energy, full of beans. So those kind of sprays can make him feel pretty good. You can see the focus. There we go. That's the scream I was expecting. The problem, though, for paiN is when things started to go awry, when they started to lose, it was like a graveyard on their comms. So they have to make sure they keep that up, whatever happens.
Oh. Well, I'll be screaming for a different reason on that one, mate. Oh, okay, though. Bite straight back, Vince. Here we go. This is what we wanted, right? You've taken off the boxing gloves. There's the brass knuckles underneath and spits flying all over the place. As it's a 4 versus 4. Now, mid-control, that's been taken. That's for Cloud9. They get up into the window. NQZ paranoid about short. You call for the wrap back from Big Guzera to block off the murder hole towards CT as well, so you can at least control some of the rotates. But they've got to go back for the bomb. Heavy God wants to get it. And Heavy is the hand once again. Slaps his way through Kawes.
Our timing here for Boomich, I think, is going to work against him. He does spin around, but Big Guzera had the timing, had the angle. And now he can get some more B control. He's going to go back to middle again. Molotov tossed down. Oh, Lux, is he going to wait this one out? The patience. He's going to go looking, catches 2 off guard. And Axile is going to go down as well. Beautiful play from Lux. Patience proving to be a virtue. Nails all 3.
Trader play of the day on that one. There he is. Yeah, mate, that's filth. Nothing in that play about luck, Vince. That was all skill. Great timing. Gonna block off the connector line of sight as well for NQZ. Has he got a feeling, though, Vince? Does he go for a bit of a reaction? They wanted to break it open, see if he could get a clear line of sight. Goes a bit shallow, so no shot up through short. Heavy God with backup starts to make the move round toward ladder.
Icy will claim first blood in this round. Finally, an opening pick going the way of Cloud9. So often it's been paiN getting these hit and runs. Lux in a different angle. We saw him break the back, break the soul of Cloud9. He sees the barrel of the gun round the corner. Is he going to go one better? Oh, it's a real awkward one, and eventually there's just too many guns pointing in his direction. So he goes down, and Cloud9 with a real chance of their first round in 6.
Icy switched on for it. He's expecting a flank. Sets the scope towards the back. Eyes focus on short. It's in rebound the corner. It might force him out of position, but he's still so quick. Pulls the trigger, ends the life. Cowers with a reply back though. AK to play with. 1v2. Time ticking. Has to clear E-box. Dives out, hits the head. The god goes down, and it's all on Inters. Trapped behind the pillar. Pre-firing on the bench. Taps the bomb, but he doesn't know the angle he's lurking in. He's going to peek round onto him. It's a free frag for Inters, and a round claimed by Cloud9. And you would. You are on the back foot here. You are technically one map down as well, Vince. If you lose this, you know, remember, this is Cloud9's run to potentially stay alive in the showdown. It could blow up in their face. Could be a 2-0 for paiN. Be a big win against a European team, and NQZ hits heavy. Strikes back onto Boomich. Big Guzera, made to look small by the might of Heavy God, and Lux let loose again, sprays down for 2. Icy. He's got the AWP scoped in. Zoomed up, looking for the fight. Oh, if they peek round the corner. If Lux swings, Icy's going to be able to deliver the knockout blow. Another one down. A massive disadvantage in the battle of attrition, but still, bit by bit, tries to build his way back in. NQZ will best him though, and Heavy God is all that remains, with no bomb and just a minute of stress left on the round.
And I think on paper as well, Jackie, out of the opening matchups, this for me was always going to be one of the closer ones. There was a lot that felt like they should be one-sided that have ended up being, you know, massive surprises like Amcal beating Nip, OG beating Heroic. This always felt like it was going to be a banger, potentially a 3-mapper, but paiN are just pulling away with it right now. They want to get this one done in 2.
Oh, it's all right. He reset it. He fixes things. And Cloud9, that's what they've got to do, Vince. They've got to fix things. If they want this to be that big Goliath of a matchup, a block star of a game, they've got to find a way back into it. The early clash here into the last round of the first half results in 2 players going down. The Flames blocking the vision for Snow. He couldn't see over the top of the molly. Didn't spot Inters until it was too late. He gets burnt out of the round. 3 players remain alive for paiN.
Somewhat apt that Snow's weakness was fire in the end. But will it be a weakness for paiN overall? We've seen them bounce back from player or even 2-player disadvantages over the duration of the last 2 maps. And typically it's been off the back of aggression. And again, it's that man Koaz who's had so much impact, so much success from these very positions as they line up and he knocks down 2 of them. And Lux steals the rest. They've seen Axel. Mac 10 versus but it's the Julies that are whipped out and lock it down for paiN to lead 8-4 come the second half. Totally different ball game, totally different map. And paiN on the T side this time are looking for a fast B hit. They also have Koaz back in Palace who can try and wrap around the side as they're forced out of position right now. And a rotation comes in. Boomich is making moves back to A. Koaz has made noise and it's completely caught them off guard. They've sent 2 players off. But for paiN, they've not fully struck on the B site. They're coming through underpass. They want to try and end this one on A.
All right, it's all going to kick off in a second here. Icy, 2 guns in his hands, looking to have some fun with it. But the dual Berettas don't deliver, and Cowes is able to upgrade. Tap shot towards the ticket booth. Looking to stamp some authority here on the 13th, and he gets the better of Boomich as he buckles. Only 3 CTs remain. Spread thin. Heavy God trapped in CT, calling for the backup. Inters is on the move. But Lux lurking. And NQZ with the audio cue with the man on short. He's going to be able to cut off the rotate from Axel and make it awkward. Maybe there's room for it to change though. Hang on, here we go. Pistol starts to punish back for the CT side. And Cowes, can he thrive in the chaos here with the Julies? Battering down with the bullets. A barrage of shots. And 2 frags added to his tally. A pistol round taken for paiN.
Steal a way back into this. This is where nefarious intentions have to come out. You've got to get vicious if you're Cloud9. Get in their face, make this uncomfortable. Because right now, paiN are looking like everything is going in their favor. Haven't looked like they've sweat at all for the most part on this map. And they're just going to dial it in for another B hit. Icy stuck out, flashbang in the eyes of Axel, but they've at least got the first pick as the molly's burning multiple players alive. Axel's down to 20. Inter's forced out of position alongside Icy.
And such little time has elapsed that they can just pull the plug. They fall back out of B.
1 AK, that's front and center. Big Guzera has his hands on the AK. And it's a jump spot from Inters. No info yet. Contact play. Goes both ways. You see him or he sees you, then you charge in and burst. The hot rod needs to rip its way through them though to buy time, because time is precious, Vince. 20 seconds on the clock. Icy good for one. Reply back from Inters will only find one frag, but from the sideline, it's Axel that swipes and NQZ buckles. Lux with 10 seconds. He'd have to get on the bomb site and plant it. Tries to bait them in and take the fight, but crumbles. And Cloud9 get a fifth.
Oh, so aggressive through on short, though. It's going to be blockaded by the smoke as well. The flashbang comes through, but Lux with a double tap. Axel gets splattered against the wall.
Boomich doesn't go down. He's able to fall back towards CT side. Lux throws out the bait smoke as well. Rest of the squad now hustling and bustling their way up through the ramp, Vince. That's the connector smoke now blooming, and it's the opportunity to go. Boomich has got to deny.
Yeah, you feel like he needs to get a bare minimum 1 kill and try and hold this one off, but he's losing teammates around him. He is completely alone. Remainder of his 2 teammates over on B side, and they're static. They're looking to potentially save this one, but Boomich gets 2. Any future kills will be crazy, and a 3rd on top of it as well. He is holding the line by himself. A one-man army as he cakes down a 4th. He's doing it all alone, and now those 2 players from B are going to join him. It's down to Lux to try and fend off this onslaught spray through, and Boomich has got the ace. Unbelievable play from him.
Here comes the boom, and you feel the reverberations on that one, mate. Big boom back in action. Oh, yeah. We're saying he needs a couple frags, Vince. He does it all on his lonesome. You know that one's going out on socials. It's always well and good to take a clutch like that, but how many times is Boomich going to pick himself up an ace? You need everyone firing now. Is that the splash of cold water that wakes Cloud9 back up? Or are the clouds going to part to make way for paiN to move deeper in the showdown? Icy, armed with the orb. Feels like we haven't really seen him on the gun for a while now. Having it in his hands, let's see what he can do. That's rough, bud. The peek out from Axel. Taking the fight onto Lux. He should win those every damn day, but divine intervention comes into effect. Lux survives with a single point of HP.
They really expect a player of Axel's capabilities, his individual prowess, to come out ahead pretty convincingly and cleanly in that kind of a trade. And it really does stack up the pressure now, and that's why they're going to go down, but still Boomich gets the drop on Coez. One of the players that's been playing at the highest levels on this map. Bested by Boomich, who is going to be feeling pretty much untouchable at this stage. Icy's going to go down as well. Not baited out from the shoulder peak, but there is a player, a snake in the grass of jungle, and Icy cuts off the head of Big Azera.
Icy's getting activated, Vince. Oh no, he ain't. He's been punished with the uppercut. The big boxer of Lux finds the flick. It felt like he was about to do something sick on the orb, but that timeline's denied. And now we're living on borrowed time, like Lux is, with a single point of health, blown out of the server by the nade from Inters. And NQZ, can he bring the paiN down on them? Misses the tap, Inters cleans up, and Cloud9 survive another test. Weapons to work with, AWP in the hands of Icy, NQZ donning one as well on that T side. Potential pressure being applied towards mid early.
Boomich. Oh, entering, clutching, anchor, IGL. The man can do it all. But Snow is up to the task. He had the advantage of knowing Boomich's position, and he goes in for a second 2. Triple spray from Snow. Cracks open the sight by his lonesome. And has given paiN the best possible chance of an 11-9 lead. Manages to just dodge and dance his way through death. And survives to tell the tale. Axel nearly nailed him.
Freaked me out on the peak there with the molly. Expecting him to swing with the unluckiest timing. But the cogs are still turning for Axel. He wants to peek towards ticket booth, but NQZ stamps a hole straight through him. And for Icy, it dawns on him the reality of the round that's left in front of him. And this is the danger zone, Vince. For all the comeback they've mounted, this is where pressure really is on your shoulders. Your opportunity to make mistakes, those 1 or 2 chances you had where, yeah, maybe you have a bit of a struggle of a round or a missed shot.
And it goes both ways, right, Jack? You were talking about, like, you can't bank on individual performances carrying you through rounds, but there's always the opportunity that the opposition has a blinder, a miracle play of their own. And now they're on the back foot. They're getting aggressive up mid, though. Heavy God using that smoke as a bit of a sanctuary.
When you need a miracle, Vince, you might reach out to a god. Heavy God towards top mid could be exactly that, but Lux, he doesn't give a damn what he thinks he is. Bullet to the brain, he dies all the same. Heavy God out of the round. And Cloud9, that sinking feeling, once again comes back to the top. Icy with the timing on the adjust as well, wanted to nade off the wall and take the peak with the flashbang. It gave them solace on close ramp. They've got into a better angle. Oh, big Guzera on the peak up. They don't expect it, but luckily Inters catches wind. There is a reply. 4v4 Vince. They're walking their way out ramp. Boomich has to do it again.
This time Snow has backup. Has a couple of helping hands. This is exactly the same position that Boomich went nuclear. But it's a dud this time around. A fizzled out attempt, and Axile's woes continue as he's bested by Lux and paiN on the brink, on the precipice of having 3 match points and knocking Cloud9 out unless Inters can take inspiration from his leader. And it's not going to happen. NQZ nails him for the 12-9 score.
Especially with the resilience shown off the back of Cloud9 trying to mount comebacks twice in both of these games and being unsuccessful. If this is how it finishes, and what have you got? What tools of the trade do you really have to even clap back against it, man? Like, it's broken here. Cash is in the bin. You've got to change your style of play. Icy just goes for a confidence maneuver. He walks into the crosshair. Icy down, but Axile finds success against the brains of the operation. It's a big Guzera. He's severed from the rest of the squad. It's a 4v4. But the stark contrast is the firepower.
paiN need to make sure they don't over-egg this one. At some point, they need to push in together. Snow has the bomb in his hands as he mollies out jungle. If he goes down, this makes it so awkward for paiN to clutch.
There's the walk up, and Snow taken away. As the seasons change, he falls his NQZ, playing gun game, grabs the AK and makes sick maneuvers on entry. 3 frags with 2 different guns, and already we start to see paiN climbing to the ascendancy. They want to lock this one in, survive the test in the showdown. And for Cloud9, it looks like it is going to be a rainy day. Inters left alive with a 5-7, walking up on the off angle, bullet to the brain. Lux does it, paiN celebrate, the Brazilians pass them.